For more, I'm joined from Bilbao in Spain by Alberto Alemanno, who's a professor of EU law. Thanks very much for talking to us. You might not agree always with Mr. Salvini's tone, but in a way, does the Italian government not have a point? France is a former colonial power, and on the migration front, it's let Italy take the brunt and not let a huge number of migrants into France.
Well, I think it's important to step back and to unpack the current row going on between France and Italy. What is behind those attacks by the Italian government to the French president is clearly signaling a new way of doing politics in Europe. You can actually score political points at home by playing with the politics of another country. And here the issue is migration, which is definitely the European challenge. It's not a national challenge. So European politics is becoming a really European contest and is no longer a national affair whereby head of state and government discuss in the European Council every few months in the dark without, let's say, opening to the public the reasons for the tensions. That's how I read this contest, that I don't think is stupid at all, but it has the merit to shed light on the real reasons why today governments in Europe cannot agree on important challenges for the whole continent.
Part of the context, of course, is upcoming European elections. Salvini and others are part of a kind of anti-immigration alliance. Emmanuel Macron, on the face of it, at least represents something else. How under threat is the centrism that Macron represents, do you think?
That's correct. I think this interference existing among countries at the moment reflect the ongoing political realignment that is happening in Europe, which is pretty historical. And in this context, national political parties have to position themselves not only on the domestic impact of certain policies, but on the European dimension, which is incipient. They are looking for new allies across Europe. This is the case for both Mr. Salvini, who has historically been an ally of Madame Le Pen, but also it is the case, and even more for Di Maio, who has been an ally with Nigel Farage and with UKIP, so with the Brexiteers themselves. So they are positioning themselves in Europe, in the European political landscape, which is emerging, and they are sharing much of a strategy without necessarily sharing it. That's very interesting. There are two ruling parties in Italy, but in the European politics, they will take different roads. But they are basically blaming France because it's a very easy target at the moment to build their consensus and to build their alliances across borders.
Alberto Alemanno, thanks very much for talking to us.